planned a route to walk from Fort William to Aviemore, over 100 miles in 7 days in the Scottish Highlands. As is often the case, the weather had other ideas, with low cloud, thunderstorms and heavy rain for the first couple of days, so I decided to change plans and get the train to Corrour station 2 days into my original route. I stayed at the Loch Ossian Youth Hostel for a couple of nights, doing a few nearby Munros for a couple of days on day hikes, before continuing on my original journey in the days that followed. Good morning. Just leaving Loch Ossian Youth Hostel where I stayed for a couple of nights, doing a couple of Munros on day hikes, and now setting off back on my original route. Today just heading towards Beinn Bheoil Cottage. Weather's not supposed to be great again today. As you can see, there's clouds everywhere. It's going to be raining and windy as well. So no Munros today, just some low level walking. Sunni's still going to be good. Below the clouds there's lots of lochs and interesting glens and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think it's only going to be about 11 or 12 miles today, so quite a short day. And then the day after, the weather's supposed to improve a little bit, so hopefully can tackle Beinn Alder and another Munro then. So let's see how it goes. Right, going along really well. Just finished going past Loch Ossian. Nice pleasant walk along the shores there. Still raining. It's been kind of like light drizzle or kind of stop for a minute. It's kind of cloudy on the hills around. Still been a nice pleasant walk. Saw a heron. Didn't really get any good footage of it, but other than that, no wildlife other than the horses on the estate. So now I'm heading away from the loch, up the glen, so it'll be a bit more kind of remote, a bit more wild. Hopefully the rain kind of eases up. It's just drizzle, but it's just persistent drizzle, so it'd be nice to have a bit of a dry stretch. roughly about 8 miles in. Don't know exactly because my watch has gone out of battery. It's not charging properly for some reason. I'll have to figure that out when I get back. Anyway, off the track that followed the river up. Very boggy, but easy enough to follow. Just stay close to the watercourse. And then you've got to kind of pick your own place to cross over, because if you go too far up it kind of gets worse with like bog subsidence and stuff. So I found an easy place to cross over and then just straight up the hill to join the nice path that's along here that'll take me to Beinn Bheoil Cottage. I got about I think it's about just less than 4 miles left. Still kind of like on and off, drizzle and not, hasn't got heavy. The winds have picked up a bit. There should be, I mean, you would have a great view down here because you're in between Beinn Alder and then the opposite Munros on the other side, some big Munros on the other side as well, Gil Khan and a few others, and it would be a really impressive view. Unfortunately, everything's shrouded in cloud still. Oh well, onwards. It's a bit dark in here. Got fireplace in there. Sleeping platform there. Another fireplace in here. Lots of old bottles of various different alcohol. Nice view out the window. Good morning from day two. Just starting out from Beinn Bheoil Cottage. I camped right next to it last night. Not one of the best bothies. It was all right, but I'd rather sleep in my tent, to be honest, considering there was very little wind and not much rain about. It's a good place to camp by the lake. A few midges about this morning, but not that bad. Had a decent night's sleep as well. So up early, ready to go. Today's going to be a big day. if I summit Beinn Alder, it might end up being like 19 miles. I got 2 Munros today, and then a long downhill and flat section into Dalwhinnie. Weather's okay so far. It's probably going to be cloudy on tops, but there's not supposed to be that much wind today, which is a good thing. So I better get going.
Nothing is really what it seems anyway. Now little by little, in the twilight's gentle flow, in the dance of fading light we grow. Get fooled by anyone so easily.
So I'm 2 miles in. I'm already done over 2,000 feet of ascent. Gonna skip Beinn Alder. It's a really steep and I think pathless way up to the top, and then you're on a massive plateau with kind of no sense of bearings. And as you can see, it's all kind of clouded in. So the difficulty of the navigation coupled with the extra kind of 3.5 miles and I don't know 1,500 feet of ascent extra to go up there, take a long time, and there'll be no view up the top. So rather than just go up there just to tick it off and have a horrible time, I'm continuing on to the next Munro. There's a good path here. Hopefully this will be just below the clouds maybe, and I'll get a bit of a view. I'm not sure if the clouds will clear from any of the Munros, but if it's going to clear from one, it's more likely to clear from this than it is from Beinn Alder, because this is only just over 1,000 metres, whereas Beinn Alder is nearly 1,150 metres. So yeah, just continue on, hope for a view.
Say you're tired, so am I. But without you, I'm lost. I'm lost. Yeah, we can walk on water while the boats are leaking. Soon the walls will be giving in. Anytime now, another shrug of the shoulders. I guess I'll be walking home in the rain. I lost you, but then you were mine again. Just like the wind and the fire, wind and the fire.
I'm down from Beinn Bheoil, I think 1,019 metres there. Got some glimpses of views at the summit, but it was mostly in cloud. Yeah, I'm down in the glen now. I've done about 6 miles, 6.5 miles. Got about 10 still to go, but it's all on good paths and tracks. I don't know if you can see the mountains behind me, but if you can, they're starting to clear. Apparently the forecast is improving this afternoon. I spoke to a few people at the top of Beinn Bheoil. I didn't know the latest forecast because I've been out of phone signal for a couple of days. But even so, I wouldn't have had time to wait around and for them to clear. I think Beinn Alder is still in cloud. That might remain in cloud all day just because it's so much higher. But anyway, yeah, let's get these last 10 miles done and then we'll be there. Done nearly 12 miles now, got about 5 miles to go into Dalwhinnie. It's all along the side of this loch pretty much. It's Loch Eric, I think, or something like that. I'm just by Beinn Alder Lodge, very kind of ornate fancy buildings there. Anyway, yeah, so it should be flat, easy walk in, and that should be done. Coming up in part 2, I continue my journey from Dalwhinnie towards Glenfeshie and eventually over the Cairngorms into Aviemore. Some big miles, some big views, but unfortunately still some big clouds.